All right, so as we guessed last week, this episode was the culmination of the preliminary tournament arc. They kind of mixed it together for this episode. Some scenes, they added a couple scenes and just jump right into it. So the first thing that changed this week is obviously that Sid wasn't reading a tournament flyer when he was talking to New on the park bench. They mixed that together. They mixed that detail in and just kind of mixed some of the dialogues that he says at different points to himself to their conversation. It does kind of make him look even smarter though when he's talking to her. They did amp up that scene actually by combining it. Sid and Sherry have the conversation from the show that they're talking about when she gives him the cookies and he's at the table all bandaged up. That actually is two separate scenes combined together. That's actually them having a conversation just on a road at the school for Sherry's foster father coming up. And then they decide to, instead of going to the doctor, he goes to the cafe and she feels kind of bad about it because he doesn't come back to school for 5 days. As soon as the terrorist attack happened on the school in the book, Sid immediately recognized the magic wasn't working, and he immediately talks about how to fix it by bypassing it, by just condensing his magic more. There's multiple times throughout the books where either condensing your magic more or condensing it less works. They kind of have an example of each in the first two books that he immediately goes about talking about how to fix it. They have a part where they don't mention Sid's internal monologue in this episode where he actually is in awe of the terrorist attack on the school because he's envisioning that as the best or shadow broker thing ever, and he's envisioned doing it a million, like hundreds of millions of times, he says. And they also, I'm not sure if they're going to add it in next week or not, so I figured I'd mention it here but not go too far into it, that when Sid takes the slash across his chest by the terrorist attack, that Rose actually cradles him. She seemed like she had a little bit of a stronger reaction to him in the tournament arc, and especially in the sword stroke part in the episode for the book, not the show. And that actually she's far more in love with him, obviously, in the book, and that she actually cradles him after he takes the sword wound and, asks him why would he do that for her after they just met, and he responds by, coughing up blood, getting a little bit on her face, so it's a tragic scene for her, smiles, and then he just and then he dies for her. And so, I think that scene, I don't know if they're going to animate it to that level in the next episode, if they're going to kind of redo it next episode to get that emotional punch for that episode when it's all going to culminate, maybe. Don't forget to like and subscribe, but I hope they do. And I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. I have all 4 books read now. I got through them. I got them in last week, and so now I've got all 4 of them read, so I should know everything. And if I messed anything up like last week, tell me in the comments. I might overlook something. Yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you guys next week. Bye.